fans, this is Andy C from Pieces of 8-Bit. Welcome to this week's The Bit Between, and we are taking to the streets of San Francisco, well, Sega's version of San Francisco anyway, where there are no speeds limits, no rules, no concern whatsoever for any kind of health and safety. Just one objective, which is to get your passengers where they need to be as quickly and as ludicrously and spectacularly and ridiculously as possible. This is, of course, Crazy Taxi on the Dreamcast. Now, we've parked the Amiga, that's gone away now, and through the month of July we will be living with the Dreamcast for the month with. So what I'm going to do is, rather than doing a feature on best games you should play on a particular console, what I'm going to try and do is cover those in the bit between. So we are starting with Crazy Taxi because this game is synonymous with the Dreamcast. But let's talk a little bit about it. Crazy Taxi is an arcade game which launched in 1999, and it was developed by Hitmaker, who are actually one of Sega's internal development studios. And it was directed by Kenji Kano, who wanted to create something really quite accessible, very immediately accessible, like a lot of arcade racers should be. And instead of racing against other cars, the challenge is to navigate traffic, obviously seek out those shortcuts and maintain a very high level of momentum. The arcade cabinet itself was hugely eye-catching. Had a steering wheel, gear shifter, pedals, and I remember the one that I've played on most recently has got like a little sort of seat, so it's like a standing seat if you like. And it made it one of Sega's most popular late 90s arcade machines. I love it, and I'll always seek it out if I go to an arcade. Just a year later, it made the leap to the Dreamcast, and unlike a lot of arcade conversions of the era, there was very little that had to be sacrificed, which is great. The Dreamcast hardware was remarkably close, actually, to Sega's Naomi board, which made it a really faithful port, and it was much easier to do that than on competing systems. Gameplay then? Very simple premise. You choose one of 4 taxi drivers, Axel, BD Joe, Gina and Gus. They've all got slightly different handling characteristics. Passengers appear throughout the city, each on colour-coded like rings, if you like, based on how far they want to travel. You pick them up, you race through the city, you drift around corners, launch over hills, take stupid shortcuts, jump traffic, and ultimately try and deliver them in one piece. And you've got to do all of that before the timer expires. The faster and more ridiculous you're driving, the bigger the tips, the more crazy you're driving, of course. Driving on the pavement, absolutely fine. Flying over traffic, perfectly acceptable. Taking a sensible route, yeah, I'm sure you can do that if you want to, but what would be the point in that? And it introduced some advanced techniques too. So experienced players learn to perform the famous Crazy Drift and the Crazy Dash, which allowed unbelievable speeds that completely changed how you could play the game. Needless to say, I mentioned experienced players or expert players. I am neither of those, so don't unfortunately expect to be seeing any of that today. But mastering those techniques is what separates the casual players, brackets me, from the true experts, brackets probably everybody else. Now, why Dreamcast? Because ultimately this came out on a lot of platforms, but why the Dreamcast version? Well, it did appear, as I say, on the PlayStation 2, the GameCube, the PC, the Xbox, the PSP, pretty much any modern digital platform. But everybody considers the Dreamcast version to be the definitive home version. Why? Well, because it's pixel perfect for a start compared to the arcade original. That is to do with the Naomi board, the Naomi arcade hardware more specifically, and Dreamcast sharing much of the same architecture, which meant that they didn't have to shoehorn it into weaker or ultimately very different hardware. And this is something that I think makes it just feel so much smoother and so much more accessible on the Dreamcast. And secondly, it retains something that later versions absolutely lost, which is the original licensed businesses and music. So you'll find passengers wanting to visit places like Pizza Hut, KFC, Tower Records, Levi's and Fila. Later releases replaced many of those with generic fictional stores after all the licensing agreements had expired. And then, of course, as I mentioned before, the soundtrack. And the Dreamcast version includes the original punk soundtrack featuring The Offspring and Bad Religion. Tracks like All I Want, Way Down the Line, all became inseparable from Crazy Taxi. And unfortunately, you won't be hearing those today because I will get a copyright strike on my channel, which is a real shame. But yes, all the more reason to go seek out a Dreamcast version of this game. Yeah, so a lot of digital releases had to remove these songs later due to those expired music licenses. But for many fans, me included, that soundtrack is definitely half the experience. In terms of reception, it was well loved, and it was getting sort of 89, 90% on Metacritic, and unsurprisingly, it's the addictive gameplay that people liked, the smooth frame rate, which was somewhere in the region of about 60 FPS, would you believe? And arcade's perfect handling, of course, and it also then became one of Dreamcast's biggest selling titles. It shifted over 1 million copies worldwide, earning Sega another coveted million seller. Its biggest criticism? Probably that it is pretty short. So we'll have to play through it a couple of times, but it is very, very short. There's only one city in the original game, and once you've mastered it, ultimately the replay value just comes from chasing ever higher scores, really, rather than unlocking specifically any new content. But honestly, I think that's what makes arcade games so good. That's what arcade games are designed to do. And I think, you would generally go play this game in an arcade somewhere, and then the fact that you could play it on your Dreamcast was fantastic. And it was good because it was a pick up and play. You pick it up, play it for 10 minutes, move on, do something else. It spawned some sequels as well. So we had Crazy Taxi 2, which arrived in 2001, and it introduced larger cities and the ability to jump. Crazy Taxi 3 appeared on the Xbox, and that combined locations from the earlier games with a brand new city. There was also Crazy Taxi Catch a Ride on the Game Boy Advance, Fair Wars on PSP, there's been mobile versions, and numerous HD re-releases. And more recently, Sega has confirmed, I've heard a rumour, that it is supposedly reviving Crazy Taxi as part of its initiative to bring back several classic franchises. Please let Outrun be one of those as well. Although this new version appears to be basically a larger online-focused experience rather than a straightforward arcade sequel, which worries me. I won't lie, that worries me. So whether it's able to recapture that magic, I guess, will remain to be seen. So then, Crazy Taxi perfectly captures what Sega... It just captures that Sega specialness, that's magic that it had during the Dreamcast era. It's not realistic, it's not sensible in any way, shape or form, and it certainly isn't legal. Definitely don't go driving like that, as if you needed to be told. But it's pure arcade fun at the moment. From the moment you hit that accelerator. Now, let's see if I have retained any skills playing this game. I do go back and play this game at the arcade. It is in my local retro arcade, so I have been known to go and have a bit of a play of it. I'm definitely a casual player. I don't think I'm necessarily that bad, although you can have a bad run, so who knows how it will turn out. So I guess we'll see. Let's dive into a bit of Crazy Taxi. I'll probably do a couple of races to fill the 10 minutes so you can get a feel for the game if you haven't played it before. But yeah, and I'll talk a little bit about it as we go. So let's dive in with a bit of gameplay of Crazy Taxi right now.
Crazy Taxi!
Yeah, let's go for original. Let's go for 10 minutes. So we've got the full 10 minutes in there, and we'll just talk about the game as we go. Arcade rules are you hardly have any time at all. You get a little extra minute when you a little bit of extra time as you pick people up and drop people off. So let's play as I think this is Axel, isn't it? So let's play as Axel.
All right, let's get it on. Hey, it's time to make some crazy money. Are you ready? Here we go.
Taxi! Wait, you've got to pick me up. Wait, you've got to pick me up.
I'll get you there in no time.
It's okay, just drive.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah. Go straight.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. That was too dangerous. Careful.
So I've just picked someone up. I think they were orange, so that means a sort of medium distance. Yeah, green is the longest and red is the nearest, which is somewhat surprising. I'll try to. Don't worry about running people over. It's not a problem. I'll tell you one thing though, with this emulator, it is not as nice to play as on the Dreamcast controller. Go. Right.
That's about right.
You can just put it in reverse. Cheers. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to drive around here. Let's pick this one right here.
Thanks.
The village, the city is reasonably large, and there are bits where you sort of end up out on a, like an island and stuff like that, which you've got to be sort of a little bit more strategic about. Yeah, we get lots of spectacular crashes. I feel like the graphics are not as good. I feel like it's just not drawing as far somehow. Like there's a lot more popping on the emulator. I don't know if that's just me. I feel like that's the case. It feels so much smoother. The controls feel absolutely dreadful. So I'm used to playing this on either in the arcade or on the Dreamcast controller, and I'm playing this, as I say, on an emulator, and I'm using a PS4 controller now. It supports the sticks, but it is not the best experience ever. Quantum tunneling through the pedestrian there. Right, let's pick this person up over here. It's going to be a long old way, so fire station, where are we going? As with all of these games, I would love to hear your memories of them. I don't really remember there being train tracks on here. Love to hear your memories as well. Of this fantastic game. I do absolutely love this game, and it is, like I said before, it is one of my favourite arcade games. I'll always seek it out. It's a lot of fun and is nice and easy to get into, nice and accessible.
Let's move it.
I am making a terrible job of this. Right, what we've got to do, go down.
Let's go.
I assume there's a shortcut from here somewhere, but I can't remember where any of the shortcuts are. Oh, there was a shortcut there. I thought there was, and then I chickened out on the long way round, which is not a very smart move. Let's go up this jump here.
Hey. Not a problem.
Oh no! I've just realised I ran out of time for this person. He's just jumped out. Yeah, so even if you play a time game, you still have only a certain amount of time to actually get the passengers to their locations. So we've got 42 seconds. So the game will run out after time. Obviously, played by arcade rules, it ticks down a lot quicker. The whole game ticks down as well, and you get points added, as I said, seconds added as you drop people off or pick them up. Gosh, I can't remember so much of this. You tend not to come out this far to start with when you do the arcade version. Oh dear, this is so bad. Apologies if anyone's feeling car sick after watching this. Where is this stop? Oh, there it is, there it is, there it is. 10 seconds.
I'll catch you later.
Yay.
I've done better.
Oh, no, I don't want another green one. I want a red one. Because I want to just... Let's just drive down here a bit. Whereas the green ones are so far away and they take up so much time. There's all carnage. There's a red one here. Yeah, red, shorter.
Good job. Take me to the station.
Okay, here we go.
I'll tell you what though, it feels weird without the music. Oh, that's nice and easy, wasn't it? Look, just here, look.
Move it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
It's your lucky day.
Speedy.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's go and put this chap over here on a yellow. So that's going to be
Right here.
moderately close. So you see there, Pizza Hut. So you won't see that on some of the newer versions because the licensing to use the logo was expired. Can we go through the tunnel? I thought you could go through the tunnel. You can go through the tunnel.
Go straight. Yeah, I got it.
I don't even know if this is the right way, actually. Come to think of it. Oh, this tunnel's longer than I remember.
Just shut up and let's roll.
He's absolutely catastrophic. Oh, he's really awful on a PS4 controller. My advice, don't play it on a PS4 controller. It's really terrible. Can I go that way? No. Oh, I can't. I'm going to be late. I'm going to be late. Where's this thing? Where is it? Oh, no. Catastrophe. Oh, yeah, jump out then. I'm going to carry on driving. Yeah. I tell you what, it is a bit harder actually when you do the 10-minute time games with the long ones. They are quite hard. I don't want to do another green one. Stop giving me green ones. I just don't want to do the green ones. They're too difficult. I'm too rubbish and these controls are too hard. Yeah, it's too sensitive. It's very different feel, the stick on the Dreamcast version to a PS4 stick. For better or worse, it just is optimised for the game. What? Ah, there we go. There's somebody there.
Hey, come here.
Oh, there's Pizza Hut. Look.
Can you take me to Tower Records?
Not far
But don't
away.
freak out on me.
Scroll down here. 33 seconds.
Let's go.
Yeah, I got it.
Let's do some, yeah. As you can see, lots of spectacular crashes and jumps and all sorts of things like that.
Go straight, baby.
Just shut up and
There's your Levi's shop just there on the right hand side.
Oh, can it be more careful?
Oh dear me, it's absolute carnage.
Go straight.
Hop in again.
I'm not doing this in the most efficient way. I will grant you that.
Hey, come here.
Thanks. Get me out of here.
Right.
Okay,
Let's
hang
move it.
on. Yeah, I
I've got
got it.
reverse now. Remember what the buttons are for that.
Hey, you're going the wrong
Yep,
way.
yep.
Follow the
I'm
arrow.
going the wrong way.
let's go.
It's just,
Yeah,
just
I
sorting it
got
out.
it.
Don't worry. Don't panic. I think I've gone the wrong way.
Let's move
Rats.
it.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, he's got it.
What are you,
It
stupid?
just feels so weird without the sound. The other thing as well is playing on the emulator. As you can see, the frame rate is bad.
Break.
It's real bad. Oh, I've gone the wrong way. I wasn't paying attention. Really bad frame rate. We were getting 60 frames per second. Can you believe that? In 2000, when this game came out on the Dreamcast, we were getting. I should have choose reverse there, shouldn't I? We were getting. We were getting a really good 60 frames per second, which was pretty much unheard of. The nice thing about the Dreamcast was that you could actually have it on a VGA connection. So I've actually got it hooked up to the TV in the living room on a VGA connection, which means you get really, really nice, sharp graphics compared to some of the older consoles. Like when you look at things like the PS1 from only a few years before. This was quite a leap, really. But obviously, as we know, as we'll discuss through the month, there were some problems that Sega had, which meant that this console was not anything like as popular as arguably I think that it should have been. Oh, I wish I knew where all the shortcuts were. There must be some shortcuts on the left-hand side here. I'm going the wrong way now. This isn't going to end well. 23 seconds. Can we make it? I don't know where I wasn't paying attention to where they said they wanted to go. Yeah, please tell me. It's a bit oversteery on this stick. You just touch it and you end up on the wrong side of the road. It's really. I wonder if the D-pad's easier actually. Might be. No, maybe slightly. Maybe slightly, but obviously it's not designed for that. Oh, that was always going to end badly, wasn't it? I'll tell you what, the frame rate on this emulator is absolutely shocking. It just doesn't feel right at all. Definitely, if you're going to play this game, seek it out in the arcade, or alternatively, find yourself an actual Dreamcast to play it on. Yeah, the drawing in on this definitely feels like it's off as well. There we go, I actually managed to drop one off. I've got 1 minute and 22 seconds left.
Thanks.
Oh, that was handy.
Take me to the
I get
station.
the horrible feeling this is going to be a failure because I think this one was yellow, which is the sort of second longest, I think.
Go straight.
I got it.
Yeah, I got it. I can't really go straight. I seem to have lost the ability to drive in a straight line.
Let's move it.
Oh, carnage! Oh, down here.
Did you keep your eye on the road?
I said deliver in one piece, but I mean, I always seem to end up there in one piece. It's everybody else that seems to have the problem. That's not gone well.
Pay more
It's
attention.
just terrific. Oh, train station. Hang on. This must be near. It must be near. There it is.
Go that way.
Quick.
Right there. Chill out, man. We all make mistakes.
Whoa, just about made it.
Driver.
Right, we've got 28 seconds. Can we do anything in 28 seconds? Probably not. Let's just pick this guy up here anyway.
Right here.
I don't think I'm going to get a good rating. So at the end of this, it's going to give me a rating and it's going to tell me how I've done. And I suspect that it's not going to be great.
Go straight, baby.
Just shut up and let's roll. Time's running out.
Which way is it? Up here. Let's go the motorway.
Go.
I got it.
Right, I'm out of game. I'm out of game time. That's me done. Result. What do we reckon? D.
Now let's take a look.
Oh, C. I'll tell you what, people. That's a good result from that. I thought that was a catastrophe, but there you go. That is it. So there we go. That is, and that is also not only my 10 minutes, but that is also Crazy Taxi. And no, I'll tell you what though, it does mean by doing the 10-minute game that it does mean that it makes me I stick to 10 minutes of actual playtime. So that's good too. So let's go and grab my final thoughts now. I'll tell you what I think about this game and. How you can get into it and how you can go find it. Or we have already discussed that, but we're going to have another recap, and then I will let you know what's coming up next in the channel. I will see you in there. So there you go. That was Crazy Taxi on the Dreamcast, and that is the only console that you should be playing it on if you're going to play it on there. Like, it's not strictly true. It's pretty good on the PlayStation 2, actually. I quite like it on the PlayStation 2. But if you want the true, authentic arcade experience, there is really only one place to play it, and that is the Dreamcast. Unless, of course, you're lucky enough to know an arcade that has the original cabinet in it, in which case go and play it there, because that is the absolute best place to play it. What do I think of this game? This is an easy 4.5 parrots for me. I absolutely adore this game. I love it, and it is a game that is not trying to be something that it's not. It is just a pick up and play type of a game. You play it for 5 or 10 minutes. It's a blast. You all have a laugh playing it, and then you go do something else. It is not the sort of game you're going to play for hours and hours and hours. Some people do, and they get to know the maps, and they'll play it more, and they'll get really good at it. For me, this is a true arcade game that you're just going to go and play for a short period of time. It's like a fix, a little gaming fix, and it is perfect if that's what you're after. I just love it. So, you know, the only slight downside is that it is quite short, but, you know, that's kind of the point. So, you know, it is just fantastic. I love it. It is, yeah, on the Dreamcast, which is where I've been playing it on for the most of the time. The controller just seems to work really, really well for it. It's been well optimized to work really, really well for the game. So even though you're not playing with the steering wheel, it still works fantastically. Where it doesn't work so well is on the emulator. So I've had to emulate it to record. And I've had a bit of a mixed experience with that. I was playing it on Flycast. Now, I could have played it on Flycast or Redream. On a Mac, you can't use Redream for anything that uses the Windows CE compatibility there, so there are a few games that won't work. But as this game is pretty much running on the same, practically identical hardware to what the cabinets were running on, it doesn't need that compatibility layer. It just runs. That's why it runs so well on the Dreamcast, of course, as I mentioned earlier. So, yeah, it is great, and yeah, on the emulators, I struggled with all sorts of problems really. Frame rate and the control scheme on Flycast, so the controls were a bit too sensitive, so you were flying around all over the place. It was very hard to control, and the frame rate was a bit off, which also made the gameplay just not quite as good. On Redream, it was a slightly better experience. I had better controls, and the frame rate seemed a little bit better, but still not great. And the main issue with Redream is that halfway through the recording it decided to pop up a couple of dialogue boxes right in the middle of my recording screen. I thought, that's fine, I'll cancel one and I'll do a bit of an edit, and it'll just have to be a cut. And then 2 seconds later another one appears, and I was like, okay, well, I'll just cut that 10 seconds out and tell everybody what's happened. And before I even had the chance to say slight edit there, because it crashed out completely, and I got a big error message. So that was pretty disappointing, and that's never happened to me in any emulator that I've ever used over the years to do these features. I've never had one that's done that and then crashed out completely in a fit of rage. Well, maybe it was me that was in a fit of rage anyway, but it was very annoying. So I didn't use that footage. I've just given you the footage from Flycast. So yes, that's all of that then. So yeah, I think that's it for this week's The Bit Between. So we will be looking at some more absolute classics on the Dreamcast over the next few weeks. So we've already done Sonic. We did Sonic quite a while ago, actually. Sonic Adventure, I think it was. Maybe. We did that a while ago, so I probably won't review that again, but we will have a look at Sega Rally 2. I'm quite keen to look at maybe Shenmue, and then maybe something a bit wild as well. Maybe, I don't know, I haven't quite decided yet. But yeah, I quite like Virtua Tennis, and I quite like Ready to Rumble Boxing as well, so maybe a sports game, but we'll see. I haven't quite decided yet. And this week we will be looking obviously starting over the next few weeks to look at the Dreamcast, and we'll be having a look this week at why the Dreamcast wasn't the success that maybe it should have been. And spoiler alert, it wasn't just the PS2's fault. So we're going to be exploring that this week, and talking about that, and hopefully people are as engaged or as excited about the content for this as they were about the Amiga content last month. But yes, so that will be coming up on Friday, and we will continue to have a look at Dreamcast throughout the month with. Yeah, I think that's probably it for this week's The Bit Between then. Thanks all for watching. If you do enjoy these videos, of course, please do hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you to everybody who's done so far. Obviously hit the bell icon for any notifications so you don't miss anything coming up on the channel as well. Just leaving to say, please do all take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, bye for now.